All right, listeners, on this episode, we are talking about Carole Baskin's missing husband found alive. Let's just get into it.
You are now tuned into the Chris Talk Show. Let's get into it. Hit that intro.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Some rock says, can you feel it? Some rock says, can you feel it? Some rock says.
All right, listeners, welcome. Can you give me some background? Not too loud though. You always tell me so loud. Give me a little background music real quick. But anyway, while he's doing that, welcome listeners to another episode of Chris Talks. I am your host, Chris Talks. Let's just pay the bills. There we go. Thank you. Let's just pay the bills from the beginning, as always. Hit me up on Facebook at Chris Talks. Also hit me up on Instagram at Chris Talks 40, and hit me up on YouTube at Chris Talks 1190. Also show your love and your donations, which are so wellly appreciated, at that $ Cash App Chris Talks Show 718. So let's get into this. Thank you. I like this one anyway. This one is better. Sorry, y'all. Talking to my tech. So anyway, let's just bounce right into this show. This is a crazy one. Okay, so first of all, I forgot to say something. Hit that notification, shares, likes, and comments. Hit those buttons. And also, I forgot to introduce. I'm about to jump right in the story about introducing my guest host. Let's give it up for Nate Tech. Always welcome on the show. Let's give it up for her.
Hey, it's your girl, Nate Tech.
Yeah, what's up? I'm sorry, y'all. I was jumping quick because this story to me, I don't know if y'all know about this story, but I follow this story a little bit. Okay, so Carole Baskin. Okay, her husband has been missing for a minute. I don't know if y'all, the listeners, if y'all follow the Carole Baskin's story. I don't know if y'all follow that, but this is very interesting. So I'm gonna let Nate attack. Nate, let's give her another round of applause, though. Thank you. I gave you 2 because you here on the day you're not supposed to be here, so I gave you 2 applause. So she's here on the off day, y'all. Y'all hear that? All right, let's get to the story. This is the crazy one. Go ahead.
So yes, like Chris Talks was saying, Carole Baskin's late husband, so-called late missing husband, has been missing from home since 1997. Right?
97.
Now, the whole gist is everybody thought that Carole fed her husband to the tiger. Everybody thought that Carole killed her husband and fed him to the tiger because they were having so many problems.
Mm-hmm.
Now get into this. Turns out Don Lewis, Carole Baskin's husband, was found alive in Costa Rica, according to Carole. Now, like I said, most of us know that Carole Baskin is from Tiger King when they all started accusing Carole Baskin, the tiger trainer, of killing her husband, right? Now,
I knew. Listen, I go ahead.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Go ahead.
Cause I'm gonna let you. Cause you know me. I was about to go in. I have been following the story. I thought the whole time, I was somewhat convinced the whole time that this lady had fed her husband to the tigers.
Right?
Like, yo, she out that. Ooh, crazy. Like, these white women are crazy. You feeding your husband to a tiger. Come on. You know how big those... All right, I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk afterwards.
A lot of people have thought that. So, But according to Carole Baskin in a 2021 interview, she states that Don Lewis, her missing husband, was found in Costa Rica, and if you want to know anything about his whereabouts, to ask Homeland Security. Yeah.
Ask Homeland Security. If you know why I gotta ask Homeland Security, why I gotta do that? Go ahead,
Exactly.
continue. Go ahead, continue.
Now,
Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Homeland Security, my ass. Oh,
He-
no goddamn Homeland.
now they say that they claim that he left Carole after 6 years after marrying her due to marriage problems like money, infidelities, and things of that such nature.
Yeah, those finances always do it.
Right. And as soon as he went missing, his 3 daughters from a previous marriage knew something was not right. So they went on to claim that Carole knew more than what she was putting on.
And more than she claimed.
Yeah.
Knew more than she claimed. Which, in the majority of murders, when you deal with husband and wife, they usually know, the spouse usually knows more than what they're putting out. Yeah.
Now, if you paid attention to the Tiger King show and the little Carole Baskin investigations that have went on within the years of 2020 and 2021, you would hear Carole talk about how Don had he had money problems. He was gambling a lot, and he was trying to get away from certain people.
They both did. She was just trying to smash on him to make him look like a bad person, but they both had issues. They both had financial problems.
We still don't know. Although Carole said that Don was found, he is still documented as being deceased, and there are no records showing he ever returned back to America, because it says he went on a trip to Costa Rica and never returned.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think we got any, are we cool with Costa Rica? Is America cool with Costa Rica? Can we go out there and search for him?
I would think so, if we have connections to Homeland Security, to where she knows, what's going on.
Yeah, because she said, hold on, I'm going to call Homeland Security. Wow, so they could put me on hold for the next 15 hours? So I got to call back 3 times?
And you already know what's going on.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Apparently, they told you already.
Yeah, you can continue. All right, that was it?
That was it. And what do you think about this?
I would have, listen, I told you from the beginning.
Do you think he's dead, or do you think he's alive?
I told you from the beginning, okay? I followed this story when it happened then. I still think this lady fed that man to them tigers. I'm sorry. I think this lady fed that man to them tigers so that there probably wouldn't be it's no evidence. But then, fed everything to the tigers, strip the meat on the bones and all that stuff, unless I was about to say unless they did the DNA, but at that time, DNA wouldn't have been that, you know what I mean? So, that lady, I still think she fed that man to them tigers, and that had to be a horrible death to go through, to be getting ripped and shredded up by a goddamn tiger. Listen, I watch National Geographic. I see what they do to the those big deers. I see what they do to deers. Okay? I'm good. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've been around a deer. A deer, where I live, sometimes deers pop up in the hood. I live near a hood, so sometimes the deers pop. These mugs be big. So they not small. So a tiger take down a deer. Come on. Imagine what it do to a human. Imagine what it do to a human. You gotta put the mic closer to you.
Who's to say Don even was like he might have been dead before she even fed him to the tiger?
Yeah, he could have been dead.
Dead and chopped up already. Like here you go, kitty.
He could have been dead, and you don't feed them tigers for 2 days, and you throw that up in there, and they going to eat it. If you freeze it, defrost it.
Now, do you think Carole should be investigated or charged with any of these allegations?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, she should be charged with the allegation. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't?
I mean,
like
come
you
on.
said, because she had, like you said, she said in 2001, interview states that Don, her husband, was found by Homeland Security. So, if Homeland Security found him, that's what she says, Homeland Security found him, okay? If he's alive, then show that he's alive.
Right.
If you say Homeland Security found him, then show that he's alive.
And that was in 2021.
Okay, then show that he is alive.
Why is this still 2023 and we have no proof of Don
Show
Lewis?
that he's alive, because you can't. You know why? You know why?
She fed him to the tigers.
You're damn right. She fed him to them tigers. She fed him right to them goddamn tigers, and that's messed up. That's messed up. She did that. See, some white people were crazy.
And word on the block is she's having trouble with her latest husband now, her newest husband, current one.
So, message to black men. Quick message to black men. Y'all try to stay away from black women because y'all think they trouble. Look what these white women do to you. All right? They listen. They'll feed you to a tiger. Listen to that. They'll feed you to a tiger. They ain't going to take away your kids. Okay? They ain't going to put you on child support. They going to feed you to a tiger if they got one around. They going to feed you to a tiger. So you, black men, be careful. They going to feed you to a tiger. They going to feed you to a tiger, so be careful.
Them cats like dark meat.
Yep. They like the dark meat of the turkey. So you got to be careful. And speaking, okay, because we talking about feeding, like people being fed to tigers. Let me tell you something else. That was crazy. Okay, so there was this other thing that had happened. There was some crazy joint that had happened in Canada recently. Now, all right, check this out. All right, so this is crazy. Recently happened in Canada, right? So, check this out. These prisoners, right, had pigeons wearing little backpacks. Okay, so this what happened in Canada. Pigeons wearing little backpacks, right, were caught smuggling drugs into a Canadian prison, all right? So these are reports from Canada. I'm just talking about this because we on animals. So check this out. In Canada, a penguin was caught smuggling meth into a Canadian prison wearing a backpack, right? Now, this is crazy. The odd situation happened back in December at the Pacific Institution in British Columbia. Authorities were able to intercept some of the birds that were smuggling all these drugs. Okay, now, according to the authorities, right, these birds were smuggling things such as meth, coke, heroin, and marijuana into the prison. So somebody trained. That's how I told you earlier. This story is on some Mike Tyson joint.
Yeah, it sounds like Mike
trained,
Tyson.
Exactly. Somebody trained a bunch of pigeons to smuggle drugs back and forth. Crazy, right?
And who's to say this is the first time that they caught it? Who's to say that this is the first time that it has happened?
Yeah, this was the first time the Canadian authorities intercepted it.
Right.
Because they figure that it's been happening for several years. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't put it together until they caught one of the
little
pigeons.
red backpack.
Yes, so they caught one of the pigeons. And then the Canadian authorities started to watch all the pigeons that was in the area, all the birds that was in the area, and then started to find out that some of these pigeons had packages and backpacks attached to them.
My question is, should these pigeons be charged?
I don't think.
Can they be charged?
Can they be? Yeah. Should they?
Can you track
And can they?
You know, training them
Yeah, but that's my
so
question.
they can be charged?
Yeah, can they track the people that they're training? But okay, listen, this is my question. Do they have a Canadian mafia? Because everybody has a mafia.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So-
I really wouldn't be surprised.
This is my joint. Okay, and this is why this story scares me. Because you training pigeons. I'm telling you, it's Mike Tyson. You're training pigeons to carry drugs around, right? What else can you train them to carry around?
True. Very true.
Bombs. Can you imagine getting a threat via pigeon? Yeah. Like, can you imagine somebody in the prison telling you, like, on some joint, like, yo, you don't send them drugs, you want to get a pigeon at you.
I don't think they would even tell you. They just get the pigeon to land right on you.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know what the pigeon is.
Yeah.
So you see it, and they be like, probably like, what pigeon? You be like, you see it.
The pigeon with the little red backpack.
Yep, you don't send them drugs, I'm going to send my pigeon after you. Then the pigeon come with a bomb and some shit. Or the pigeon can bring an envelope of anthrax. What's that stuff now? Like, I don't know. They have this thing to where online it's like a warning with the door handles. Like they put the stuff on your door handles.
People are getting drugged with like fentanyl.
Yeah, fentanyl. Yes, that's the name of fentanyl. So what happened if they send the pigeon? What happened if they send the pigeon with some fentanyl?
Right.
Then what?
Now, I can only imagine with this also, like when you send like a carrier with drugs, you send a girl to smuggle your drugs. Some people have, like I've seen on shows, some people have the girls swallow the drugs and stuff like that.
It's a
And
pigeon.
sometimes, no, I'm just getting to it. Sometimes these girls ingest these drugs while they're carrying them and can possibly die.
Yeah, because they break open while they.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
those are your diets. They put
Just
those.
imagine a pigeon, right, with a red backpack,
Flying through your hood.
and he stopped where he not supposed to stop, and another pigeon see him, and they start pecking at that backpack. You got dead pigeons, high dead pigeons at that.
Yeah. Fentanyl, all that stuff. They sending all that stuff. Pigeon tide. That's
Pigeon
it.
ties.
The pigeon mail. Hey, pigeon mail. Okay? They doing some Mike Tyson joint. Now, my question is this. What happened if they start training seagulls? Seagulls are bigger birds. What happened if they start training seagulls and crap and they start delivering all type of crap? They I don't know. Seagulls are like drones. They could go anywhere. They could, you know what I mean? So, come on. We talking some big ass birds, man. I don't know. Y'all tell me.
That's a good question too. Now that you mentioned drones, it's like you could smuggle with drones. Why didn't you use a drone? There's somebody that's connected to these birds.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
why they
somebody.
use them.
But you with the birds, I think they didn't use no drones because you're gonna hear the drones coming in. So they're not gonna use no drones. If you use the birds will just come, drop. You know what I mean? The prisoners probably giving them that hard bread that they can't eat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that hard bread, they don't want the hard bread, so they save it. They give it to the birds. The birds know, all right, we're going to drop this, da-da-da. You know, but my question is this. Somebody, that's why I don't understand. How the prison didn't understand that. Because even when, that's what I'm saying, it's on some Mike Tyson joint. Even when you watch the Mike Tyson joint, he trained those pigeons.
Right, yeah.
And it took a while.
To train them,
Yeah, it took a while for him to do that. So if it took a while for me to train some pigeons, how long did it take these prisoners to train these pigeons? And they had to see them in their cells or something. They had to know some pigeons was in the cell.
Come on now, they was carrying drugs. They knew.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been to that side. If I found a pigeon, I don't know. I'll probably eat it. I don't know. I'd make a good burger, like a pigeon burger. I don't know. I don't know how much meat. I'm just joking. I ain't gonna make a pigeon burger. I just joking. I don't know. If I seen a pigeon in my cell, but I will probably try to like get it out, but not kill it. Like get it out. And then where's the windows on these cells? What kind of, you know what I mean? Are these pigeons? Wait a minute. Are the pigeons coming when they go in the yard?
That's true.
Making a drop. The pigeons could be making a
never
drop
know.
in it.
These are Canadian prisons.
Pigeons making drops. That's what it is. Pigeons making drops. Niggas done went from cell phones to drop to pigeons to make drops. That's it. Don't worry about that. You need that ounce? I got you. I'm going to send it to you pigeon mail.
Don't worry about that. You need that blade to slice this one up?
I got you. I'm going to send it to you pigeon. That's right. With no UPS. Forget UPS. Forget FedEx. All right? You know what I'm saying? We got pigeon mail. That's right, son.
Y'all motherfuckers giving these American people out here ideas.
And you can send kites through there, too. Like somebody want to send you a kite?
I got you.
Pigeon mail. There's going to be a bird at your house in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Little pigeon with a gold ring on. That's for me.
Look out for the red backpack.
Yeah, look out for the backpack. That's for me. All right. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. This is a crazy show. I don't know. All right, as far as all right, I want to give my final thought first. Okay, so this time I want to give my final thought first. As far as Carole Baskin, like I told y'all, she crazy. Okay? But wait a minute, before I get into my final thought, again, also, like, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up with them likes, subscribes, shares, all that good stuff. Do that for me, you know what I'm saying? So, my final thought on Carole Baskin is this. Like I told you, I followed this story a little bit. I have always thought Carole Baskin fed her husband to those tigers. Now, to me, it's like this. It in a marriage, it shouldn't matter what you're going through. Financial hardship, whatever hardship that you're going on. Once you marry that person, you took a vow to, you know, fight through all of that. To deal with that, fight through that with them. Not kill them, but fight through that with them. So, for those of you who are married, for those of you who are in serious relationships, when it gets too hard, when it gets too rough, okay, when it, put it to you like this, when it costs more than you willing to spend, step away. Violence, death, that's not needed. It's not necessary. Just step away. Things can go in so many different ways. You have the courts for these things. Not that they side with the husbands all the time, but we still have proceedings. As human beings, we have certain things that we go through, certain proceedings, certain rules that we go through to make sure each party can at least come out somewhat fair, but not involve death. Death in this situation not was not needed at all. And if the man is alive, as she claims, then present him. If he's alive, just get him on Facebook or YouTube or anything that could just show that he's alive. That's all we want to know, is that he's living and that he's breathing. That's it. And on the pigeon story, my final thought on that story is it's simple. It's very simple. I want to know where these birds are. How can I get in contact with these birds? Hey, and how much bird feed do I need to buy? Do they like bird feed or do they like stale bread? Do I need to get stale bread or bird feed? I don't know. Okay, let me stop joking. Okay, let me get serious. On that situation, I would say that the Canadian Correctional Facility ought to be ashamed of themselves that they missed these crimes happening right under their nose. And with birds, with animals, simple creatures that they overlook. In a prison system, I'm not a guard. I've never been a guard. I've been involved in the prison system as an inmate. But I will tell you this. In the prison system that I was in, the guards did not overlook anything. They paid attention to everything. And they did that to ensure the safety of the inmate. People are in prison just to serve their time and get out. That's it. They're not in there to be doing all this other stuff, fighting, committing more crimes and all that. I mean, it does happen in jails, let's be honest. It does happen in prisons. It does happen. But in this Canadian prison, I think it gets an F because the correctional officers in this story should have been paying way more attention to the prisoners, their movements, and their actions. Who's to say how many murders were committed in this prison? We're talking about drugs. Who knows how long that's happened? But if something that's that simple can be able to just be transported in and out of jails, of that prison, you can imagine the other type of trafficking that is happening in that prison. You can just imagine. If birds can get in and out, what other things are happening within that prison? In my opinion, this prison needs to be investigated completely. Not only by the state, but their government. Okay? And maybe their security procedures need a whole reforming. It needs to be evaluated. Maybe they need to do different things different. But pigeons, let's be serious. And that's my final thought on that topic. Miss Naya, I'll turn it over to you. You tell me your final thought.
Carole Baskin, just admit you did it. You fed him to some tigers, girl.
That's what I'm saying.
And, yeah, Canada, y'all need to investigate that more.
Canada got good drugs too. I don't know if y'all know that. They got the cheaper
and they
stuff.
shit cheaper.
Yeah, that's where people who don't want to pay that full price, they go over to Canada to get that cheaper stuff.
Got to be more careful.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for listening. All right, let's just do what we do. Hit me up on Facebook at Chris Talks. Also hit me up on Instagram at Chris Talks 40, and hit me up on YouTube at Chris Talks 1190, where you can find this exact show and show your love in those donations at Chris Talks Show 718 on that Cash App. And We want to send a special shout out before we end this show. Okay, we want to send a special shout out to what is this person's name? Ju what? Ju. Okay, I gotta read this right. Okay, what is it? Juju what? Juju been bugging? Is it Juju been bugging? Yes, Juju been bugging.
Yes, special
We want to shout out to special shout out to Juju for sending your love, those comments, shares, and all that stuff. We appreciate what you're doing out there for us. I told y'all, when y'all make those comments, we are going to mention people who make some comments. So, special shout out to Juju. Thank you for commenting and responding to us. Until next time, folks.
Just continue commenting, y'all.
Continue commenting, sharing, all that stuff. Sending your likes and all that good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, all my listeners, I want to thank you for tuning in. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate it. Until next episode, stay blessed, not stressed. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Later, y'all. That was a good one.